We lost the final, and as much as it pains me to say it, PSG deserved it. We had there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can say other than the fact that PSG deserved it. Words aren't coming out of my mouth. And the funny thing is, this is the first ever video I'm gonna make, and the first video I'm gonna make of my life about Arsenal is us losing in the final. Why did we lose? Why did that happen? Why did this scenario came in? Hold on a minute. I have some important things to do. Listen, man. Before I start off with anything, I just want to be very clear that we shouldn't be the one to target the players. We shouldn't be going on. Us Arsenal fans, I'm talking to you, yeah. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video, but if they are, good for me. But Arsenal people, yeah, like the public, the Arsenal public, we don't need you guys to be shit talking about our players. We don't need you to be going at Eze, to be going at Jokeres, to be going at all the players, yeah, and talking shit to them. That's the last thing we need, because the world, the entire world. I'm sorry, it's raining right outside, yeah. I live in Thailand. It's 6 p.m. in the morning, in the evening. The game ended at 2 a.m. in the morning. My eyes are dark. My life is dark. But as I was saying, man, we ourselves, we don't need to be going at the players. We don't need to be shit talking the players. We don't need to do that. The entire world will do that. The entire world will already do that. We don't need none of it. So what do we need to do? Well, I'm not some Arsenal head of anything, but what do we need to do right now at this moment, at this very vulnerable moment for our players? Is to stick with them and is to defend them. Stick with them and is to defend them. In the comments, yeah, say something nice about them. And if you have a debate or anything, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm saying. But what I want to happen, what I don't want to, I'm lost. My head is lost. But as I was saying, man, what I don't want my team to do, what I don't want from my team, like what don't want from the players, especially Gabriel and Eze, is I don't want their heads to be down, man. I just don't, because that's just gonna affect them so much. And we can only ever have so many suckers in our team to just miss a penalty and then be back playing his best football again. We can't have that. We can't have that every single time. What I'm saying is, so it's they are devastated. Yes, they are. Let's not hide from the fact that they are also devastated. So as we. So in this vulnerable moment, as us fans, what we need to basically do is just stay with them. Let's not go on the bandwagon, and let's not shout at the players. That's just something that I want to take it out of my head. And now that the thing is done, like, let's be real, it's done. Like we can say all the things about how the referee is bullshit and how he favored PSG, this and that. I kind of don't believe. I kind of don't like. I kind of disagree with that. I think the referee was shit, but he was just shit. Like, yeah, PSG were fouling us all over the place, yet he didn't give us anything. And the Saka thing, I think in the first half when he was handling the ball, I'm not sure, but to me it looked like a penalty. Honestly, I'm just being blunt, by the way. But the referee just didn't give it. He was just shit. Like the referee, we can't expect anything from the referees. I thought it was only in the Premier League where we can't just expect anything, but it's also in Europe. We can't expect from these, man. We can't. The rules aren't in the place. And maybe if we get a ref cam on all the fouls and all the Madueke penalty shout, maybe we'd understand that, okay, why he made that decision, yeah. But what's the point of VAR if they're just not gonna intervene it? To me, it looked like a blatant penalty, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know with these people and how the refereeing and how the rules work. Football's a very contact heavy game, and rules need to be in those places so that there's fairness. Man, as I was saying, all this is over. Like the game's done, the match is done. PSG are happy. They're lifting it for the twice, second time in a row. They might be going for the third time. We don't know. Luis Enrique just said it in an interview with like CBS, and they were saying how like he hopes so that he can lift it third time. Maybe they will, maybe they will not. We never know. But what we know is our future. Or we kind of don't know, but still, like what we know is our future. What we can change is our future, and what Arteta can change is our future. Yeah, and I trust in that man. I fully trust in that man. I've been supporting this team for 10 years. Yeah, I've been supporting this team since 2015, maybe 2016. I just don't know because I was way too young. And I've been through some tough times, man. And I wouldn't count this as the hardest times because we've had harder times. Yeah, people who've been watching this team since the 2000s era, since the Wenger era started. Yeah, Invincibles, all of that. Maybe their standards are way higher than me, but what my standards is, I've watched. I'm not shit talking any like player, by the way, but I've watched Mustafi, David Luiz, I've watched Guendouzi, I've watched Nicolas Pepe, I've watched Lacazette, I've watched Aubameyang, even though he was good. I've watched like Kolasinac, I've watched Peter Cech, I've watched Ospina, I've watched us finishing fourth, I've watched us getting battered by City, I've watched us getting battered by Liverpool. Like at those times, just getting a draw at the Emirates felt like a victory. Just them respecting us felt like a victory. And now we're in the Champions League final, like playing at the biggest stage. Although I would like agree to the point that we have played some haram stuff, but still, we got to the final for a reason. Even if it's haram, there's a reason for it. It worked. It bloody worked, didn't it? It bloody worked. It's a fucking title, mate. And that's the thing that I also wanted to talk about. The title. Let's be real. We wanted the Premier League. The pressure was on the Premier League. And we got that over the line. We're not bottlers anymore. That's one thing we need to know is that we're not bottlers. And I'm not going to get any of that talk where they're just saying that we've bottled the like Champions League final. No, we haven't. We are the underdogs. We are. In this game, I mean, we were the underdogs in this game. We were the team who were going to sit at the back and hope to counter. PSG is a ridiculous team. From back to front, that team is ridiculous. That team is bloody ridiculous. They've got some bloody good players. Sorry for the sound. Might have blown your ears. Surely has blown my heart. Yeah. PSG has bloody good players. And to go toe to toe with them, we need some like experience first of all, and we need some players. And I'm not gonna be shit talking to any players in that sense, but football's ruthless. We can't just be going on about emotions and all that. Yeah, we can feel the emotions, but come on, football's ruthless. They will bite us in the arse whenever it can. So now, what do we do? What's the next thing that we can do? First thing first is the transfer window. What I want us to invest now is top quality attackers. Our defense is best defense in the world. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take any of the bloody talk about how PSG's defense is the best. It's not. I'm sorry. Even if after that game, it's not. PSG, I'm sorry. Maybe it's a Hopian and Copian thing, but PSG needed a set piece to score. Let's be real. They had nothing going against that. They had nothing going on at them. They got the set piece because of our mistake, which we accept that. We got the goal because of their mistake. This was just a mutual thing, yeah. But first half, look at the first half. They had one shot on target. Yeah, they had 70% possession. They didn't do anything with it because our defense was just so good. Us without the ball, we were the most comfortable. We were too comfortable, making them get the ball, letting them be with the ball and do nothing about it. We were too comfortable with that. And that had advantages and disadvantages. The advantage was that we were just good at it. They couldn't do anything. Kvaratskhelia, first half, he didn't do anything. He couldn't get past anyone. He was quiet almost the entire game, other than the penalty. It was just stupid from our players, from Mascara. But no, I'm not gonna go on at him again. Our defense is still the best. What we need is top quality attackers. What we need is some bloody good left winger. What we need is another bloody good striker, and maybe, I don't know, a midfielder of some sort. I don't know, maybe a left back. What we need is some authority. What we need is no, we don't need any for the potential players. We don't need any I can make him good type player, yeah? Because we've had that all the time. This season, Madueke is a player that Arteta thought that, okay, I can make him good. And I'm not talking shit to Madueke. Madueke has been like very decent for us. It was not a flop, yeah? But still, we need someone who who will like, who will have the authority, yeah? Because we'll need it. Who has the mentality? Now the mentality monsters, we have mentality monsters at the back. We have mentality monsters in the midfield. What we don't have is mentality monsters when we are finishing, when we are in the final third, when we are creating something. I'm sorry, but Odegaard was nowhere to be found this game. I'm sorry. Eze was nowhere to be found this game. I'm not going to talk about the penalties because the penalties just one and done thing. But still, I'm talking about the 90 minutes and the 30 minutes after that. 120 minutes. We didn't do anything. We didn't create anything. First half, yeah, we did. Second half, I don't know what that was. I don't know. There was just nothing. And that's what we need to do in the market this season, this summer market, after the World Cup, before the World Cup. I don't want us to slack down now. I don't want us to lose the momentum now. We've been going at again and again for the Premier League for 3 years in a row. Why not for the Champions League as well? We are capable of that. Even though we've never won it, we are capable of that. And I just want my team to do that. I just want my team to go in the summer window and buy some bloody good players, yeah? Buy some top quality players who are already good. Who aren't like, okay, you need to do a bit of tweaking and we need a bit of changing up this and that. No. Already good. Do you know who I want? I want Kvaratskhelia. Because even though he was almost quiet the entire game, he just created the penalty out of nowhere. Just pure individual prowess. And we didn't have that at all this game. Havertz one, yeah, you can say that was individually brilliant to just carry the ball and roof it up. But still, we didn't have anyone where we can go on the counter attack and just expect them to be scared because they weren't. They weren't scared of our counter attack. They weren't scared of our left hand side at all. We didn't create anything from the left hand side. We didn't. I don't remember us creating anything from the left hand side. And that's a big problem. We can't be going at the Champions League with having nothing in the left-hand side. Martinelli, Trossard, they've been bloody fantastic for us for the past how many years. Martinelli has been with us for so many years. But we need to step up. We need another level of quality. Tactically speaking, I don't even know, man. Tactically, I couldn't really focus on much things that was happening in the game. But I did try to, understand why Arteta did it, right? So let's just go over on some tactics and see how it failed and why it worked at times as well. Because I'm not gonna sit back and say that I know everything and it just didn't work at all. Even though we stunk up the place, even though we were playing the most haram football, even though we were playing the Hetafe level football, it was also working. And that's the thing. If it worked, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. If it worked, this video would be all different. The comments are going to be going about how I'm a glory digger. Or like a glory hunter. Just because this is the first video I'm ever making for the Arsenals. I've been supporting this team for 10 years, mate. Whoever's going to say to me that I'm a glory hunter, take a look at your fucking self first, yeah? I can show you pictures of me supporting this team for 10 years. So man, tactically speaking, if we go into the iPad, this is the lineup that Arteta had for the game. And initially, when I saw this lineup, my first reaction was that Havertz and Odegaard, yeah, Havertz and Odegaard. I didn't understand that. I just didn't. I didn't understand the point of Havertz and Odegaard. Like, what's the point of these two? Like, what's the point? Because like Arteta wanted Arteta wanted the team to sit back and defend. Yeah, Odegaard, as far as I remember, he doesn't do any long balls. He wouldn't create these like curved balls. He wouldn't create these balls. Well, he does like when we have close spaces. But Odegaard is mainly a player who thrives in the final third when there's tight spaces when there's not a lot of movement, when we have a lot of the ball, when he's taking the play. We didn't have anything to tick this game. We didn't have anything to tick. This was just very weird coming from Arteta. I just noticed. But because what I wanted us to do was just take Odegaard off, take Havertz off, yeah, and take Trossard off. What I wanted us to do was like bring on Eze, bring on Martinelli, and bring on Gyökeres. And I have my reasons for this as well. My reason is that when we sit back, yeah, when we sit back, we go into just this like defensive shape of this is our pressing pattern. This is our defending pattern. This is how we defend. 4-4-2, right? So like if PSG try to get from the middle, let's see where's the ball. If like PSG is here, if they try to go this way, Eze would move here, Gyökeres would move here, and Saka would be man marking whoever is the wing back over here. Yeah? And if they go back, we change it, we shift it, and they go back here again. This was our pressing style. This was our pressing style, and our wing backs had to work. And our main thing that we wanted to do is that if we win the ball around these areas, we give it to the wide people and we counter attack. We have these lines that we can exploit. And Lewis Kelly and Rice were just midfield controllers. And I think Lewis Kelly actually played a good game. I genuinely think he did. But then I just didn't get the Odegaard thing. Because giving the long ball, Eze is just superior than Odegaard. And why am I saying Martinelli and Eze would work better? Have you seen the Man City game this season? The 1-1 draw. Man City was haraming us, yeah? But they tried to push up. And what did it do? It left some spaces. And who was it? It was Mr. Eze. Eze was around here. Eze was around here. Martinelli was around here. And what did Eze do? Eze just gave this long ball, yeah? And Martinelli just ran over here and the ball went in. Martinelli just cut it in the goal. Simple as that. Eze is just a better player when it comes to giving the long balls, and Martinelli is just a better player when it comes to speed. We didn't need any flair. We didn't need anyone to be congesting in these areas. We didn't need anyone to be congesting in these areas. So yeah, I think like just from the lineup, just having like Odegaard Odegaard and Havertz was, I thought it was a bit wrong. And people might come at me and say, "Oh, but Havertz scored and this and that," and I agree. Havertz is a big game player, but other than that goal, he was nowhere to be found. I'm sorry, he just wasn't. He just wasn't anywhere to be found. PSG just tactically outplayed us. Every long ball they did, it worked. Every time they went like up front, it just worked. And every time they had the ball, they had authority about it. They had that thing about them that they're going to create something. They're going to create something. And whenever we had the ball, it wasn't that case. It wasn't that. We looked timid. We looked very clueless on what to do when we are up front. And I think this is just something that Arteta needs to change. I think we need to change our identity of just sitting back and allowing the opponent to do anything to us. I think we need to grow out of this. And we did in the Premier League. Like if you look at 2022, 2023 season, or even before that when we finished 5th or something, we used to be very timid against playing these big teams like Man City, Liverpool and all of that. We used to be very scared of playing them. But now we don't anymore. We go toe to toe with them. We play with the ball at our feet. And I want us to do that in the Europe now. I want us to do that when we're playing against Barcelona, when we're playing against Real Madrid, which we did, honestly. We actually did that. But still, man, I want us to do that. I want us to have authority. I want us to be the team that they feared in the Champions League as well. We've done that in the Premier League. We've won it. Fair flipping play. Get in there, Arteta. We need to do that in Europe now. One thing I want to be very clear about is that this is not Arteta out. This is not this player's shit, this player's that. No, this is not. This is just not. What this is a reality. What this is like a hard look at yourself, a hard look at the players that we have, and how much quality we have. Yeah, are we doing enough for Champions League to win it? We're not. We're not doing enough attacking wise. And what we need to do this season is to fill up those attacking cracks and just change how we play ball. We need that flowing Arsenal back. We need that 22-23 seasons Arsenal back. And by the way, this is not my normal voice. I've been shouting all my life out. last night, so my voice is just completely dead. But what I know for a fact is that this team, I will always support this team. I'll always be behind this team, and I hope every single Arsenal fan does that. And whoever doesn't do that is not a real Arsenal fan. Whoever is talking shit to us, we can criticize. I just criticize with the tactics to Arteta, but I expect proper constructive criticism. I don't want no Arteta out, this and that bullshit, because this is not the final yet. This is not, I mean, it is the final, but this is not the end yet. We still have more to come. We still have more to fill. We still have more to go for. This is not the end. And what I want us to do is to be with the players, is to know what we're going to do, is to demand those things as well. Just not, I'm not saying don't do anything at all. You can demand them. And yeah, man, just enjoy the Premier League, I guess, because we have won it. Let's be frank, yeah. What we can do is we've won the Premier League, and we can just enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope what I said made sense, because I had no script. I had no anything. I just said what I wanted to say off of my head. So hopefully we come back stronger next season, and hopefully we can shut those haters up nicely.